NBA lockout. I was trying to do this last week, but couldn't. The owners versus the players, right? We've seen this happen many times in the last couple of years. 97 MLB lockout. They wind up playing a certain amount of games. 2000 NBA lockout. They played 50-something games. Last time Knicks were in the finals, by the way, against the Spurs, but the Spurs beat them. 2000. NHL lockout. The whole season was gone. NHL lockout in 2006, I believe. There was no NBA. There was no NHL season at all. And then now we have NFL lockout this year.
NFL.
Almost really NFL was gone, but they realized, we're making too much money, mother. All right, and then NBA lockout. NBA is a $4 billion revenue, and that $4 billion that's generated by the NBA has to be divided by 500 total people, 450 players and 30 owners. Right? You get to this. Now, the NBA season is a schedule of 82 games, ideally, but we're not going to see 82 games this year.
Wow. Zero, right?
We might see more, because here's the idea. You realize that the last season that we had for the NBA was the best season overall in years. They generated so much money, and if you notice, every player in the league knew that there was going to be a lockout this year, because LeBron James made his deal, his contract. Carmelo Anthony was itching to get his contract with Utah, and every other player and their mother is getting moved around everywhere. And you got numerous free agents. Oh, you got Deron Williams went to New Jersey Nets, and he knows the New Jersey Nets' future is moving to Brooklyn. Another factor is that we have a lot of cities that don't have teams anymore. Seattle, they moved to Oklahoma City. The Sacramento Kings are not going to be in Sacramento anymore. So there's a lot of factors that go to why there might be no NBA season this year. And the New Jersey Nets are moving to Brooklyn by the next season. So, the players have much more to lose. Why? Here it is. The average NBA player gets $220,000 per paycheck, and that's a bi-monthly paycheck. Okay, so for example, Carmelo Anthony makes $771,000 a check. A check. $771,000 a check. Dirk Nowitzki, $795,000. Kevin Garnett, $807,000. Kobe, $1 million a check. And that's not to mention other numbers that pass those zeros. Alright. Now, the Players Association, if you notice, every time they have the meetings on television, people like LeBron and Kobe aren't at those meetings because they're chilling. They're getting all their endorsement money, and then regardless if they miss a couple of checks, they still have money left over from all the other checks that they made. But you have players like a Shannon Brown, Matt Barnes, and a bunch of B to maybe A- class players on over there showing their faces. Now,
is Amari Stoudemire?
Amari Stoudemire showed up a couple times, but he's like a big time player. I get it, and he's making decent money. If you look at it like this, you got owners who own a team, and they say, listen, I want these players, and they got this whole organization to develop a team from the ground up. You have an owner like James Dolan of the New York Knicks. Terrible owner. Terrible owner, and they just started getting good as of last season. Thank God. And then you got an owner of a team of Toronto, for example. Toronto does not sell out all 82 games of the season. Hell, God forbid if they do, because they're in Toronto. But I guarantee you the day that LeBron James goes over there, the Miami Heat go to Toronto to play the Raptors, the day that LA Lakers go to play the Raptors, or they're going to sell out buku amount of seats. You know, everybody's going to want to go see LeBron James. So now the players thinking, well, the people are coming to see us. They're coming to see these players play. And we should be getting paid whatever money we want. There shouldn't be a salary cap in the NBA.
What?
Because,
why not?
Because there's no salary cap in baseball. You're making, if it's a $4 billion revenue, why not give them more money?
Are you mad at
because a team like the New York Knicks,
the owners?
Well, like I just said, like a team like the New York Knicks, whose owner happens to own Cablevision as well.
Crazy, right?
He owns the team. Why not players pay for the best players, pay for the best players, and pay for whatever you want? Look at the New York Yankees all these years in baseball.
So
they have all the money in the world, and they pay for what they got to get. Alex Rodriguez is almost 40 years old, and he's made $200 million with the Yankees. $200 million. He could buy fucking islands. This. If they could get infinite amount of money in MLB, they should definitely get an infinite amount of money in basketball. Pay them as much as you want to pay them, and as much as they're worth.
It's a different sport. You understand?
It is also a modern day slave trade, by the way.
Okay.
I get that.
You see that there's a racial thing.
Oh,
going
deep
on
racial thing there.
and you think that because the NBA is predominantly
African American.
African-American.
I don't think that has anything to do
I'll
with
tell you what.
African Americans saved NBA. They are
Right, so why not give them no salary cap and give them as much money as they're worth?
I get that.
As opposed to having them make money. For example, a city like Cleveland, their economy was based on LeBron James.
Right, and they failed. It went down.
And they should just sell Cleveland and Canada at this point.
There was a comment.
Said David Stern, who's the commissioner of the NBA, says to Jay-Z, could you make another Change Clothes song? Jay-Z made a song called Change Clothes, which is basically telling people to dress up in button-up shirts. Let's wear a little more name brand stuff. Let's throw away the hood attire. He tells Jay-Z, could you make another Change Clothes song? Because ever since he made that song, people haven't been buying jerseys. We need people to buy more jerseys. Like, ignorant comments like that are just...
That's not ignorant.
We need people to buy more
David
jerseys.
Stern, that was a very smart-ass question.
It's
depends
smart.
on how you look at it.
It wasn't.
Yeah.
He wasn't really. It's not like he's worked for the NBA and said, "Hey, we need this money." He just wanted to show the relevance of Jay-Z's power. That's all.
Okay, I can see that.
That has nothing to do with the ignorance of it.
All right, a sport like NFL, MLB contracts are all guaranteed. If I play for a team for 5 years, I play 2 good years, and the next 3 years I get hurt, I'm guaranteed that money until my contract is over. NFL, if I play, mind you, it's only a 16-week season. You play once a week for 16 weeks. If I get hurt in week 3, and a team wants to get rid of me, that's it. They don't have to pay me ever again. I don't even have to get a phone call from these people in the NFL. And if you notice, if NFL players, when they retire, they're fucked up in the game. Their bodies are shot down a beat. Not to mention the people that had to retire because of injuries. And these are people who have devoted all their lives for this organization, this owner, this team to try to win. And they get nothing out of it.
Excuse me.
They don't do it for
Excuse me. We're forgetting something here. This sporting industry is a lot like showbiz, where there are no guarantees, and that's why these top dogs and even these guys that are complaining about wanting no salary cap, they're making a lot of money because there's no guarantee. I'm sorry, it's not like you spent 8 years getting a degree and then another degree and then another degree, and so now you feel like there should be a guaranteed job, or like that you have enough smarts and enough creativity to create a job in the job market. So yeah, you're gonna be faced with a lot of it's that type of thing. It's very risky. Try not to get hurt. Try not to let anything crazy happen so that you're good enough to play for however long they need you to play. You are a pig. You're a prized pig. That's all you are. You're a prized pig that makes a lot of money. And, if they're paying the MLB guys without a cap, I truly agree that the NBA guys should get what they're worth. Yeah. And it's also like, then how do you regulate? How do you say who's worth what?
Well, if your numbers don't lie. Numbers never lie. If you're averaging 30 points a game for a season, that's a lot. If you're averaging 25 plus points a game, that's a lot. If you're getting 10 plus rebounds a game, if you're played every game, if you're selected to an all-star team, if you're selected to an all-defensive team, if you get nominated for Rookie of the Year, Coach of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year, Sixth Man of the Year, MVP, these are elite players. Okay. If you go overseas, if you go to play for the Olympic team, you're worth a lot of money. But I feel like there should be there should be less of us. There should be a thinner line between players and owners.
Do you understand that there is no industry in this entire world that has a thinner line between players and owners? Whatever industry you can think of, multinational corporations, you will never find the person putting the tag in the t-shirt getting the same amount or nearly next to the same amount as the CEO of the company. Ever. Because the CEO is considered the brains behind the operation. There's something called, intellectual value, where just because you're the one sewing up everything and assembling everything, playing, dribbling the ball, doesn't mean that you're the one that came up with the ideas. Whatever ideas they may have in sports.
No, but I'm
That's
pretty
all
sure.
that is.
But I'm pretty sure that
It can't be equal. And for NBA guys to argue, you're gonna argue for all of humanity. Then, if you're gonna argue about wanting to make a like shut up, take the money you have, dribble the damn ball, put it in the hoop, and have the crowd cheer for you.
No, but
that's it.
And especially
that's
NBA, they don't get as hurt
So what are
as
the
NFL. And
So what are the LA Lakers without Kobe Bryant?
Who
What the hell is
cares?
What are the LA Lakers without
They're
Kobe
nothing.
Bryant?
I'm gonna say they're
Kobe
nothing
Bryant.
because I don't even know the
Kobe
names
Bryant,
of the players.
but Kobe Bryant wouldn't even agree with the team is nothing
right now,
without
the
me.
last 10 years, what if you took Kobe Bryant?
He's been in it for too long. Of course, he's eventually became a part
In
of it. You know what I'm saying?
everything in the world, there's a star, and then there are people who help to, get the star to be the star. There's a guy that's just as good, but he's on the sidelines. He probably did just as well, but he's probably not handsome enough or people person enough. He's not appealing enough. Whatever.
They didn't want to do 50-50 last time. Last time they went for this 50-50 deal. So
And they
50%.
shouldn't. The CEO gets to sit at the top because whoever the hell put him there, whether it's himself or other people, he's there to stay, and you're just a player, and your time is going to be up soon. Is all it is. That's how you look at. You don't look at this like
No, they're losing a lot of money.
secure type. Stop.
Yeah, let's look
buying-
at the cities that are. Let's look at the like. There's people losing a lot of money. There's like cities. Okay, there's cities that don't have. Well, besides that, because they feel they don't have nothing to do
Cleveland
with the
needs
NBA.
to develop its economy in a completely different way. That's like saying I have a city.
If you go to Cleveland, it goes "Welcome to Ohio," and you got LeBron James fucking hand saying like this, "Welcome to Ohio."
and that's sad.
That's
their
that's what they.
prized possession.
Cleveland deserved that. You know what I'm
they
saying?
did.
Like that was mandated for them to go through whatever the fuck they're gonna go through. You shouldn't idolize somebody like that.
You shouldn't.
Even though in a way you can't knock it because he is bringing the money. Like the sport is people are. If it wasn't for him,
I'm sorry
You know
to
what I'm saying?
say though, but there is
it's just that's the power of it. That's just the
there
powers
is-
that be. Like,
All right,
you know
but
what I'm saying?
we're looking at an economy here. Let's look at this from an economic perspective, right? People are consuming when they're going to these games, whether they're buying foods or they're buying the tickets. You cannot build an entire city's economy off of a man and his plane, a sport. You need to. I'm sorry, if
Hey,
that's
but if
what
that's
your
what- but if that's
economy is
what's bringing
about,
it in-
you need to redo
No, of course,
some
of course,
stuff.
of course.
You need to get some more scientists
They got too
up in
comfortable,
there.
that's what it was.
Some more lawyers up in
And
there.
some
Some
more-
more teachers. You need to get people coming in with new ideas for new jobs and innovations. That's
It's
all
true.
you need.
It's true. It's true.
When basketball season's over, what happens to the damn city when basketball season's over?
It's like
Nice.
Yeah, it's like farming though.
It's not even
It goes
from-
in
it's like
hibernates.
farming, yeah,
It's like
it's
a
from
bear.
Africa.
It goes away for a minute and then
Yeah.
these people. I don't like sports. I don't know if you can tell. I think it's pathetic that people pay to watch men
It started in
either touch each other or
Greece.
fight over a
It's the
ball.
Romans, man.
You know?
Romans are the
Yeah,
biggest
exactly.
animals.
Exactly. So
Yeah, they are.
it's just
What do you mean?
the fact that these people, and that's all good and well if you want to go watch. I much prefer people go play sports their damn selves than to watch people do it on TV. It's bad enough, right? That's established. We know we put a lot of money and energy into sports, into the sporting industry. Why then are these guys? They're not really changing the world in any real way. I mean, they're not.
They're inspiring people.
They're
Some would argue. Let's play
they
devil.
got
I'm gonna play devil's advocate, and I'm gonna say they inspire a lot of people. A whole lot
Well,
of people.
yeah,
A whole lot
you
of
can
kids.
draw inspiration from any outlet.
Let me
But
tell you something.
them complaining wanting to get more, just the same amount of. Then what's the difference between you and a C? As I'm saying, I don't believe in that. I don't believe in the man at the top getting everything or so much more than. I don't believe in it. I root for the underdog all the time. But the world that we live in, for them to complain about this is obnoxious. You understand? Because I understand teachers saying we want to make as much as principals or whoever, the people that sit up in the DOE or whatever. But for these players to be saying that they want more than all the money that they... Are you kidding me? No. I don't agree with that.
Just
Okay.
And there's a lot of women getting
Split.
pregnant out there because there's no NBA because they're getting all the attention from the men. Now, a lot of women are getting lots of attention from men right now because there's no NBA season. So if you're a girl right now and your boyfriend is an NBA fan, take advantage of him now because once the NBA comes back on, he's not paying you anymore.
Interesting. So it's ruining lives. It's breaking homes. You understand?
it's a state of emergency.
I need the NBA back. I personally need the NBA back. I really
Yo,
need the NBA
your
back.
man right here, he's speaking it, man. He misses the NBA.
I'm sorry.
Yo, pay the.
My best
players.
friend named his daughter his initials after the NBA. And there's no NBA this season?